What up, peeps? Welcome back to Flip Side. Another car video. My way home from college. Wanted to discuss something that I've had on my mind for a while. Something, an interesting change to my life. I didn't really think that I needed, but it's definitely something beneficial that I think I can share with whoever's watching. And I have coined it the Discord detox, or the online social detox, which is basically not really giving a shit about the people who you have met online. Especially if... just turn on my fucking wipers by accident. Especially those who don't really like to get back to you. Most of them. Like I said, I have some people that I still contact. I still keep in contact with them because they're very valuable to me and I care a lot about them. If you know who you are if you're watching this. But other people don't seem to really care to reach out to you or get back to you. So my solution is leave them alone. They obviously don't really care enough about you. And the only sort of value that they ever had was just some company to play video games with. You probably knew them from somebody else, another friend or family member. That's all fine and dandy. But sometimes the only time that you do speak to them is when you're with that person. So who just beeped at me? Like, I don't know. Some fucker was beeping his horn. I didn't do anything. But, whatever. So, I encourage people that are in the situation that I was in to sort of just let go. If you're in a server where there's a lot of drama that hasn't really benefited you or entertained you in any way, leave it. You don't really need that in your life, And it's sort of a peaceful life as well. You wake up without anything negative from anyone on your phone, or you're not really having to worry about these people who don't really mean anything to you. They're just people on the other side of the internet. So, leave them alone. If they want to reach out to you, then have a conversation with them, Maybe they'd like to stay in contact with you. But that's up to them. If they care enough to, then they will. And you may have cared, and they may have not gotten back to you or cared to reach out to you after you did anything. Those are the kind of people that I'm suggesting that you stay away from. They're not really people you need to worry about. So, because of this, I have a more peaceful life. The only thing now I have to worry about, and of course, it's important to stay in contact with your family and your friends that you have met online that do mean a lot to you and have continued to reach out and, back and forth with. But at the end of the day, just leave out the people that don't really care. And I was talking about a peaceful life. Yeah, a peaceful life. Not having to wake up to negativity. Not having to wake up to drama that you just get sucked into, and, you know, or just people that just like to mess with you online in a server. So just leave it all alone. The only people that really matter are your IRL friends, your online friends that have contributed a lot to your friendship, and your family. That's it. So, in my case, the only thing I have to worry about is basically getting back and forth from school and work, staying in contact with my family and my IRL friends, and my online people that do mean a lot to me. It's relatively simple, and it's relatively peaceful. So, there you go. Online social detox is what I'm going to call this video. Peaceful life. Because it is. A lot of the times, you meet a lot of people, they give you a lot of attention, and you sort of get attached. Now, what happens when, you know, you're the only one attached? It feels like shit, doesn't it? It feels like shit. And at the end of the day, it makes you question how much worth did you have to the other person? Because it might not be the same. So, leave them alone. And another thing that you may want to take into consideration: how much older are you than the other people that you know online? How much more mature are you than the other people that are online that you know? Right? If you find yourself in many cases where you're dealing with someone that is intellectually dishonest, not very mature about things, and doesn't really want to have a real discussion, you know, just wants to argue, and this fucking asshole just threw a chicken wing out of his window, whatever. That's something that pisses me off, by the way. But yeah, leave them be if they're like that. You know? Leave them be. And there's other people like them that they can be with. So just leave them be. You don't need these people at the end of the day. What is much better for you is to make real friends, IRL friends. You know, a good place for that would be wherever you're going to school or wherever you're going to your job. And it's a good opportunity because it's true. I have made some acquaintances, and I have made a couple friends from work. So those are very good opportunities. You never really know who the other person is online until you really get to know them in person. They could be a completely different person. And the difference between online and in real life is that you can really get to know someone much better IRL. And that's more valuable because you can determine whether you would actually like to build a relationship with this person, or are they just another NPC? Fucking slow down. There's a fucking cop. But, yeah. here to determine who is an NPC and who isn't. Well, you're just determining who's an NPC based on who you want to be friends with. Well, if they are an NPC, then why would you want to be friends with an NPC? You want to be friends with someone that you can have a conversation with, that isn't going to treat you like another NPC. So yeah, I am judging that. I am judging based on who is an NPC and who isn't. I've had so many different conversations with people, and the telltale signs are so obvious. You would know if you really paid attention enough. Not whoa, that guy almost, that was an accident waiting to happen. But fucking bitch. Now this person really can just, oh, now he's back in the other lane. Okay. But yeah, you can always just go into the neighborhood, jackass, and then come out of it. That's the safer option, instead of cutting someone off and risk getting the back of your car crunched. Whatever, bro. Very obvious telltale signs if someone is an NPC or not. And you can't just base it off of like talking to them for 5 minutes. You really have to sort of talk to them multiple times, you know? Like, there are customers that come into the store, and if they're a shitty customer, they're probably an NPC. Because the fucking non-NPCs out there, the real players, are not going to be shitty customers. You know? So that's another way you can judge it. That's really about it. I'm about to be home in about a minute. Well, once I get away from this stoplight, but... So, just to wrap it up, if the people you've reached out to don't really care enough to reach out to you outside of online gaming with the person that knows you because you're associated with somebody else, then just leave them alone. If you're part of a Discord server where there's a lot of drama or just feel like people don't really respect you, then leave it. And determine who your real friends are. Okay, don't become too attached. And that's really about it. You sort of have to think about how peaceful it might be not to wake up to negativity. Because it's been 3 a.m. sometimes in some nights where I have been getting my phone blasted by people that I don't really like. So, there you go. Leave the drama. Leave the people who don't really... Leave the NPCs, that's what I call them. Leave the NPCs. Spend more time with your real friends and your real family. Have more conversations in real life. Get to know more people in real life. Because it's easier to tell who's a player and who's not. And honestly, it feels a lot better to have a conversation with someone in real life. You know, that's why I needed a therapist or a counselor that was in the room with me. because it just feels better to have a conversation with someone in person. I would love to be a part of the people that I care about, their lives. I would love to be a part of their lives. But unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen ever, or in a really long time. So, those are the people that are online that you stay with and reach out to. So, that's about it. Just a few more comments before I go. I got some video ideas for the channel that I think are interesting. Gonna get back into Mortal Kombat 1 real soon here, so expect that. Expect some longer videos. And with all that said, I'll see you guys next week, back on the flip side. Peace out. Online social detox.